Yeah, how you doing? Don't worry, I'm just trying to get some good shots here. Man, that is amazing.
Get some perspective with the people out there.
Yeah.
All jokes aside. Bring your tongue. Go over there.
So how long do we have here, though?
There was no end time on the itinerary. So.
Oh. Holy crap, that's insane.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I don't know what to record. There's like so much.
Yeah. That's why I maybe say listen to Jimmy a little bit.
He's going to point. Yeah, you're right. I agree with that.
One of the key things here is you've got the casing stones.
The casing stones, yeah.
It's that dumb guy, Ben.
Exactly. Who is the idiot?
Big Ben.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I think we should. Oh, should we grab Ben?
Well,
Yeah.
You do it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we should stay close to Jimmy because he's gonna take some foot. Yeah, right.
I think it's better to go up there. I just can't do it over there, but not everyone. All these are
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Tell me that's not like a
Let's do it. Let's get up here.
There's been some after the fact, like
Oh yeah, they touch this thing up, so you can see it.
It's just like this thing down there.
Yeah.
Out there.
Not even 1080 feet. False alarm. False alarm.
Look at this is like millions of years of people taking this step.
I'm actually going that way as well. That's easier to get up. You can go up here, of course, if you just.
Right.
But I'm just going in.
Yeah. This is crazy.
You want to get your picture here?
So we're climbing it. We're gonna,
Cut through the ropes. Okay, so I don't know what to say.
So I think we gotta move.
Whatever it is.
No, you can extend it further out. So where we're at,
Captain, have an Adam.
but it would go all the way down. So you have the casing stones. It looks like something.
Yeah, that's exactly that. Yeah.
The last several
It shows.
Greeks came through here, the Romans came through here, people were doing things here 300 years ago, even 50 years ago, especially in the early 1900s.
Hey, they want to go in.
You can't see it from here, but going through the drive this high road, you'll see it
Are we supposed to?
more than I thought.
Yeah.
And there's this one block, we'll see if we walk by it. It's this random black stone that makes up whatever structure it is. There's two nubs right on it too. In the middle of the plateau. I'm like, what is this thing?
Should we actually just look for us?
It's almost comparable to granite from what I was told. I mean, just feel it. You know it when you touch it. Like, you couldn't, I'm not going to do it, but like if you were to get like a key or a knife, like you wouldn't even dent this thing.
I don't know. Yeah.
And it looks like you'll see with your own eyes, you'll see that it's
Those cases, though.
wait till you see. Yeah. Wait till you see when we're on the second pyramid. Because the casing stones are, or what's left of some of them, the granite, you're all like laying about, and it'll be quite interesting to see.
Yeah, but it's nice and all, but have you seen these souvenirs?
Brian, is this where the boat was found?
Or maybe this is what the song was.
We don't know. Where was the boat found then? Okay.
The boat.
Now,
Is that bird up there perfect?
where do you guys smell the difference, like the best pyramid?
Should be slow. That's it.
Two reasons.
Oh, no, over it.
He's in it to win it.
Oh yeah. Very nice.
It's the sawmills, the tooling.
What am I missing?
The tooling. This is very hard rock. This is limestone. This is probably andesite, I'm not sure. Or basalt, but it's much harder.
And they did it.
And they did it, yeah. So that's what they're looking at, the tool marks, not the scratches on top.
That's not possible with bronze tools.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Really?
Can you feel it? Yeah, you can feel it.
Can you feel the chisel?
Well, no chisel. Right. We can feel the chisel.
That has been a very, very fine
It's a
blade.
very fine.
Very fine because you
Yeah.
feel the edge in it.
Yeah.
The curvature in it.
a tool.
It's on there.
Where'd you get that thing?
This could have been area that who knows? This is some sort of like entry area to the pyramid. Because on both sides, maybe this tree is sort of
And it's all eroded. But it seems to me that this was one that is shiny and some sort of something. Yeah, this.
It's the landing pad. He's like, it's the landing pad. How's it going, man?
So they weren't leaving.
Yeah, 300 miles or so.
I mean, you can put 10 here.
No, but how this right here is actually boggling, but because of this,
It's got a bevel.
and it's like that's a straight shot.
Yeah, that's machine.
This could have broke off to be, you know, like
Right.
Could have been, but that obviously, I think that's the milled side for sure.
It
That's
could
the milled
be.
face. This is
That
clearly.
yeah, that one has. Yeah, that's definitely feel that.
That's too much.
Yeah,
That's
that's
too
like-
much.
Hey, you can see all the salt marks there. That's
But
amazing.
what kind of saw can even make that cut?
a ridge.
Because I guess this is what come from here.
They would just do one layer and then one, I'm
And
guessing.
keep working.
Yeah. Or is it just one saw?
Well, I think it's one side.
That's amazing.
Well, this is like doing a separate plunge cut. Like you would get this line if the first cut.
Involved?
Oh, well, I think potentially they would have had to be because we don't. The way we cut stone like this is with diamond tipped blades, right?
We used to go. We haven't been because of COVID, but IMTS it's in Chicago 2 years ago. They have a giant robot. They have these huge laser things in the water. And you know,
yeah. No, like we see that.
It's all slit. It's huge. That place is one of the most impressive. Like, that place is. I feel like it doesn't get enough attention. It's something I wasn't really. You know, I mean, it's remarkably simple. Maybe you get back down there. So this. Well, both. I mean.
Also, we'll see the Colossi of Memnon, 720-ton seated figure. The stone was moved 400 miles from this area to get this.
Yeah, it's possible.
On a bar. Very long. No. So you'll see when you look at the front surfaces, you'll see the stone is completely discolored. It's called quartzite, which is like a creamy color, but it's red and it's purple. So when I first saw that, I said, Susan, this looks like it was hit by heat. And she refused to say anything until 4 hours later. She said, I think you have a good theory. Because you'll notice that the eastern surface is all burnt. The two sides are slightly burnt. The back side is perfect. We'll also see evidence that hieroglyphics are 12,000 years old. Because again, you see the difference between what the dynastic people could do. The classic is going to be in the Serapean, where you see the 100-ton box and these scrawl marks done, almost done by like done by a child, because they didn't have a material hard enough to be able to cut it efficiently. And then in other locations, you'll see where it's like that deep, you can put your fingers in, and it appears to be routed, like done by a machine.
Almost like a gravestone, like our gravestone. You know, you have the name carved in it.
Yeah, exactly. Like really deep. The classic location is going to be Tanis, because again, Tanis, you'll see really rough, superficial cartouches, and then you'll also see stuff that is deeply set in that you can move your fingers around like that. It couldn't be done in dynastic times by hand. We can do it now because we have diamond technology.
Right, and what objects do you see the really good hieroglyphs? Or what objects do you see? Like the ones that are routed, the ones that look like they were routed.
We'll see lots of them. We'll see the obelisk at Karnak.
So you see the obelisks more than anything else?
Mainly.
Yeah.
But that's when I first thought of the idea. I said I can't talk about this because that is so blasphemic to say something like that. But you'll see every time I come back, I keep looking at it and I go, that was done with advanced technology. Not in modern times, in ancient times. And so I finally started to tell the groups over the course of years, this is what I'm looking at. And Patricia and Susan and others backed me up with it, that was done by machining technology. So that means hieroglyphics were reinterpreted by what we call the dynastic people.
So did they model their appearance and
everything
from what they discovered?
Everything.
Like the old statues that are huge.
Well, no,
perfectly symmetrical, and they
well, I mean, there's so much to show you. It's insane. Like he was saying, the giant granite statues that we're going to see at the Temple of Luxor, especially. Each one is it's one piece of stone, one piece of hard stone that couldn't have been cut or moved or anything by the dynastic people. And you'll see again catastrophic damage. You'll see the eastern surfaces are blown off. And Chris Dunn was the expert with that because he was able to take photographs and then he took tracings of the faces. And the faces are sacred geometry. Each one of the faces is exactly the same as the next one. And Ramses had his cartouche carved into them because they kept finding these things buried in the ground. Like his priests and workers would find a 20-foot statue and say, Ramses, we found another one. Do you want your name on it? Yeah. So they do it and roughly carve his name into it. And again, you see the difference between the superficial carving and the really deep carving. But the faces are perfectly bilaterally symmetrical, and it's the ultimate human face. It's not necessarily male, it's not necessarily female, but it's got like the most beautiful almond eyes, the most beautiful nose, the most beautiful mouth. So whoever was doing this depiction was portraying the perfect human being. That's not something that I'm a sculptor. A sculptor can't do that. You can't make something perfect on one side of the other. You always make a mistake.
Well, it almost feels a little bit like these nowadays. You have these molds where you can use this. Right. It almost feels like that, but then I'm not sure how they did it there. But